As we unfolded the last letter, a chill ran down our spines. The envelopes, the secret cupboard, the decades of hidden kindness. It all seemed to point to a profound truth, that the most lasting legacies are the ones we never see coming, and the greatest gifts are those that remain anonymous, waiting to be uncovered, like the seeds of sunflower, holding secrets for years to come. As we unfolded the last letter, a chill ran down our spines. The envelopes, the secret cupboard, the decades of hidden kindness. It all seemed to point to a profound truth, that the most lasting legacies are the ones we never see coming, and the greatest gifts are those that remain anonymous, waiting to be uncovered, like the seeds of a sunflower, holding secrets for years to come. CH1, our village, nestled deep in the valley, prided itself on knowing its own, sharing stories, burdens, the simple rhythm of life. For as long as anyone could remember, there was Grandfather Mateo, a quiet fixture on our main street. He was simply known as the poorest man amongst us. His winter coat, a patchwork of fading wool, grew thinner each year. His supper, often plain bread, sometimes shared with a stray cat. No one questioned his circumstances. They were simply his. Then came the autumn storm, a raw, aggressive wind that tore through our quiet valley for 2 days and 2 nights. We huddled in our homes, listening to the relentless drumming on our roofs. When the sun finally broke through, painting the world in a bruised, clean light, the first thing we saw was Grandfather Mateo's small cottage. Its roof had buckled inwards, a gaping maw of splintered timber and sodden tiles. Of course, we rushed to help. It was what our village did. Young and old, with shovels, we cleared the rubble, expecting nothing but the usual detritus of simple life. But as we pulled away a stubborn section of plasterboard and sagging lath, a hollow cavity opened. A lantern cut the gloom, revealing it. Behind the crumbling wall, a small, sturdy cupboard, its latch rusted shut. A murmur went through the crowd. Why would Mateo, with so little, need a secret hiding place? We pried it open. Inside, stacked neatly, were hundreds of small brown envelopes, each sealed, meticulously labeled with a child's name in elegant, shaky script. Our confusion was a thick fog until old Alara finally picked up the top envelope. We watched, breath held, as she tore it open. Inside, amongst saved coins, was a folded piece of paper. Her eyes widened, then filled with tears. She handed it to me. "For your school fees," it read. "Do not tell anyone it came from me." The name on that envelope, Maria, now a respected nurse in the city. Then another was opened, and another. Each revealed the same secret, the same humble offering. The names blurred into a tapestry of our village's success. The farmer who fed us, the engineer who designed our new well. It dawned on us, with rushing intensity, that for 40 years, this silent, humble man had been a secret architect of our children's futures. He had starved himself of comfort, so others could rise. He had never told a soul, never sought thanks. He wanted them to believe they had earned it all themselves, to grow proud, not indebted. But as we stood there, surrounded by the quiet evidence of his impossible generosity, a new question began to form, heavy and unspoken. How many more? And how had he managed such a profound, hidden kindness all alone for so long? As the truth of Grandfather Mateo's secret life sank in, our village stood at the threshold of a profound realization. The weight of his kindness, the sheer scale of his sacrifice, left us breathless. We began to open more envelopes, each one a testament to his unwavering commitment. With every name, a memory surfaced, a child who had struggled, a family who had worried, a future that had hung in the balance. And then, Grandfather Mateo's intervention, a silent guardian angel who had changed the course of their lives. The envelopes, once a mystery, now unfolded like a map, revealing the contours of his heart. But as we delved deeper, the question of the unopened envelopes grew more urgent. Dozens remained, sealed, and waiting, with names of children not yet grown. Who would keep his promise now? We scoured his belongings, searching for a clue, a hint, a whisper of what to do next. And then, tucked beneath his pillow, we found it, a childhood photograph of grandfather Mateo himself, with a note pinned to it. The handwriting was faded, but the words leapt out. One day, do the same and never let them know your name. A stranger's kindness, repaid over a lifetime, had inspired a chain of generosity that now fell to us. Our village, once a witness to grandfather Mateo's secret, now became the guardian of his legacy. We gathered, our voices barely above a whisper, and made a vow. We would divide the remaining envelopes among us, and every promise would be kept, every sealed name honored. The sacred rule, passed down through a stranger to grandfather Mateo, and now to us, would live on. As we stood there, the sun dipping below the horizon, casting our village in a warm, golden light, we knew that we had become part of something greater than ourselves. And in that moment, the seeds of kindness, sown by a stranger and nurtured by grandfather Mateo, would continue to bloom, their beauty and significance forever intertwined with our lives. The night that followed was the longest, a period of collective introspection, as if the very fabric of our community had been gently pulled apart, revealing the intricate web of kindness that had bound us together. We had uncovered a secret, one that had been hidden in plain sight, and it had changed us. The weight of grandfather Mateo's legacy settled upon us, a reminder that our lives were not our own, but part of a larger tapestry. As we sat in our homes, the darkness outside seemed to press in, a physical manifestation of the uncertainty that lay ahead. How we keep the promises made by a man we had thought we knew. The envelopes, now a symbol of our responsibility, seemed to loom over us, a constant reminder of the trust that had been placed in us. And yet, even as the doubts crept in, a sense of purpose began to emerge. We had been given a rare gift, a chance to be part of something greater than ourselves, to be the guardians of a legacy that had the power to transform lives. The hours ticked by, slow and heavy, as we wrestled with the enormity of what we had undertaken. But as the first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon, casting a pale glow over our village, we knew that we would face the challenge together as one. The seeds of kindness, sown by a stranger and nurtured by grandfather Mateo, would continue to bloom, and we would be their caretakers, ensuring that their beauty and significance would forever be intertwined with our lives. In that moment, we understood that the true power of kindness lay not in its grand gestures, but in its quiet, unassuming nature, a reminder that even the smallest acts can have a profound impact, and that the most lasting legacies are often the ones that are never seen, but deeply felt. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, our village underwent a transformation, subtle yet profound. The envelopes, once a symbol of grandfather Mateo's secret kindness, now represented a collective responsibility, a reminder of the trust that had been placed in us. We worked together, as one, to fulfill the promises made by the man who had spent his life repaying a kindness he could never trace. The sealed envelopes, once a mystery, were now a map, guiding us towards the children who needed our help. We found them one by one, and as we did, we realized that grandfather Mateo's legacy was not just about the money or the school fees, but about the sense of pride and self-worth that came with earning one's own way. We made sure that each child knew that they were capable, that they were strong, and that they were deserving of a chance to make their mark on the world. And as we worked, we began to see the ripple effects of grandfather Mateo's kindness, spreading outwards, touching lives, and changing futures. The seeds of kindness, sown by a stranger and nurtured by grandfather Mateo, were now blooming, their beauty and significance forever intertwined with our lives. We had become part of something greater than ourselves, a chain of kindness that would continue to grow, long after we were gone. The story of Grandfather Mateo and a stranger who had changed his life would live on, a reminder to us and to future generations of the power of quiet, unassuming kindness and the profound impact it can have on the world. And as we looked out upon our village, now a vibrant tapestry of lives, interconnected and interdependent, we knew that we had truly become the guardians of Grandfather Mateo's legacy, and that his story would forever be a part of ours. As the seeds of kindness continue to bloom in our village, we're reminded that the most beautiful gifts are the ones we're never meant to discover. If you've ever been the recipient of a secret kindness or have paid it forward in your own life, we'd love to hear your story. What's the most unexpected act of kindness you've ever experienced, and how did it change your life?